Kevin from GRAVEWURM, and today I'm going to talk about the era of 2019 through 2020. Having a handful of 7-inch releases, split 7 inches throughout the years, I decided it would be a good idea to compile them into a complete collection, Beasts of the Abyss. This has 22 songs, all of which appeared on 7 inches except 2. The song Carnage for the Beast was written and recorded in 2000 and was intended for the War Beast 7-inch, but due to time limitations on vinyl, there wasn't room for it, but decided to include it here. And then Primordial Goat Lord was originally released on Tribute to Goat Lord in 2019 on a 12-inch vinyl. Intended initially for a 7-inch release, but the label Nuclear War Now felt that a 12-inch maxi single type of release would do better for them. A fun release to take a look at the songs throughout the years, going back as early as 1997 and as recently as 2019. Next, we have the full-length album, Dread Night, 2019. This was a real fun album to do. Again, had Mark Stoffer on drums and Chris Tower Dyer. Very powerful, punishing drums. Some of the best drum work that GRAVEWURM had seen up until this time. Again, classic Mark Riddick artwork. For people that don't know GRAVEWURM or are loosely familiar with GRAVEWURM, I think this is a very good album to start with. Then towards the end of 2019, and middle to end, if I remember right, the demo rights. Now, this is a collection of the demo songs I was working on, which would end up being on the Funeral Rites album in 2020. But this collection wasn't released until recently. I found it on my hard drive in my archives, listened to the songs, and it's a fun listen. You know, it's not studio recording, it's just home recording. Some song titles are different, some lyrics are different, and there's even some studio outtakes from 2020 as bonus tracks on here. Just a fun release for people who really like that era of GRAVEWURM. Then getting into 2020 was the official album, Funeral Rites. This one, the songs were well recorded, well written, I feel, and a lot of effort was put into mixing and mastering by guitarist None Slaughter, No Buchanan. Very thick, yet very clear production on this one. This seems to be a favorite in recent years amongst collectors, amongst listeners. Was I 100% satisfied? No. But who is? Was I extremely satisfied? Yes. It's a very good look at a clear and concise version of what GRAVEWURM is. and continues to be. Again, going through my archives, I feel that this version here, which I call the Goat Mix, is also a cool listen. It is essentially the album, not quite as polished, not quite as clean, maybe a little nastier sounding, but for those who like a little more of a kick to the drums, a little more punch to the bass, you might want to check out this version. And as you probably know, or figured out by now, I don't sit around and rest on my laurels. I'm continuing to write and record pretty consistently. So after that funeral rites session was done, I decided to work on more songs, and by the end of the year, Night Creatures emerged. This was a really fun one to do, a little more DIY than funeral rites. And original bassist Blood offered some keyboards for a song. Well, that's kind of unusual. It's only happened once or twice before in the past on a release, but sometimes a little more atmosphere by something unusual may throw a wrench in the works, may sound really good. You can decide. I believe really solid release, a good follow-up to Funeral Rites. And lastly, a few years later, decided to remaster and reissue that album. The original recording was just a little lower in the mix for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Could use the same methods to record and mix as previous albums, but for whatever reason, the original recording just was a little quieter, a little more subdued about it. So this version is all the original songs. And just has a thicker, fuller sound. That's it for 2019-2020.